Computers obviously are really good at calculating stuff with numbers, and when it comes to simple math, JavaScript is pretty straightforward. There are 5 main operators: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and division remainder or modulus. There are also brackets. Just like in regular math, they help explicitly specify the priority. Take a look at this: 25 times 91. 25 and 91 are called operands, and the star is the multiplication operator. Here's a bit more complex example. First of all, JavaScript calculates the multiplication, then subtracts 4 because of the brackets, and then divides the result by 12. All operators here are infix operators. They stay between operands, in this case between numbers. There are also prefix operators, for example, a minus sign that denotes a negative number, and postfix operators, for example, quick increment. Don't worry about this for now. At some point you'll face a weird problem. If you try adding 0.1 and 0.2 in JavaScript, you'll end up with 0.3, 0, many zeros, 4, and not 0.3. This is because computers store numbers in a different format. Deep down in the memory, your 0.3 is never 0.3. It's a bunch of ones and zeros with particular rules. And this format is not the best to store all numbers like that precisely. And this might seem stupid. Why would we make computers use such a bad system? But it's not really bad or stupid. This format works well for some things and not too well for other things. There are also some special words in JavaScript that we need to represent certain things. Divide a positive number by 0 and you get infinity. Divide a negative number by 0 and you get minus infinity. In your programs, you can use infinities just like numbers with other operators. For example, you can add to infinity. Sometimes the calculation doesn't really produce a number. Divide 0 by a string and this isn't really any number. We can't just say it's nothing, it's not a number. JavaScript has a special word for it. It's NaN or nan, which stands for not a number. Just like infinities, nans can be used in calculations with other math operators. But nan kinda brings everybody down. If it's present in the calculation, the result will always be nan. Here's a random question. How big is Mars? Its radius is 3,390 kilometers. It's almost twice as small as Earth, but we're obviously interested in living there, so the important thing for us is how much land do we get? In other words, what's the surface area of Mars? You might remember the formula. Surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r squared. R is radius and pi is approximately 3.14. So let's do it with JavaScript. But imagine now that we need to calculate the surface area of another planet, say Mercury. This new code is just like the previous one, only radius is different. If we go on like this, we'll have to write the value of pi ourselves all the time. And this is not great. We don't want to repeat stuff in our programs. We can make the computer remember what pi is and use it in our calculations. This mechanism is called constants. Let's create a new constant with the value of pi. Const is a special keyword, and then goes the identifier, how you name your constant, and then the equal sign and the value. Now we can say pi instead of manually entering 3.14 in calculations. By the way, these double slashes and words in the end are comments. JavaScript just ignores them and they don't affect your program. We put comments for us and other people to make code easier to understand. Let's put the surface area of Mars into another constant. Now, surface is another identifier and it stores the result of the calculation. How does that calculation happen then? Well, first JavaScript has to remember what pi is and replace it with the actual number. And then the multiplications happen from left to right since we don't have any brackets. We can print the result with console.log. Note that this time we don't write quotation marks. We are not printing the word surface. This is not a string. We are printing the value of a constant named surface.